Aloha everyone, welcome to Skincare with Hiram. If you don't know who I am, my name's Hiram and I'm passionate about teaching you how to perfect your skincare routine. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you can see my videos every single week. So, this is a video I never thought I'd make. 100% honest, and let me explain the backstory behind this video. I love to read your guys' comments. I love seeing your suggestions, which brands I should review, what products I should talk about, who I should react to. Like, I rely on you guys to give me content ideas because I know that inevitably you guys are way more smarter than I am, and I just need your help. But there's one brand that has come up in my comment section so many times. St. Ives. Yeah, bitch, St. Ives. And I remember the first time I saw this and I was like, oh, the person probably doesn't really watch my channel because they would know if they watched my videos that I would never, ever, ever want to support St. Ives. Ever. But it has shortly become one of the most requested brand reviews on my channel. Every single live stream for the past 3 months, just St. Ives will just show up hundreds to thousands of times in the comment section. And I finally just broke down. You guys broke me. And I was thinking, why on earth would anyone request me to review St. Ives? Have they watched any of my videos? And then I realized it's because you shady f***ers just want to see me drag another skincare brand. And it worked, because here we are. I'm going to be talking about the truth about St. Ives. It's a skincare brand that we are all familiar with and likely your first ever exposure to skincare. If the majority of people who get into skincare, I feel like everyone kind of went through this St. Ives phase. Some of those phases last longer than others, but I feel like most people have used the brand at one point. And in this video, I want to delve right in. I'm going in hard, bitch. Y'all ain't ready for this. I'm first going to talk a little bit about the brand overall, and then I'm going to go through the individual products through the ingredient list because ingredients don't lie, bitch. And then at the end, I'll give my overall thoughts on the brand and tell you guys whether I think St. Ives is worth it or not. So let's get into it. So like I was saying before, most people have had some type of experience with St. Ives. Whether it be their scrubs or if you're lucky, some of their other products as well, the majority of us at some point during middle school or high school decided to pick up a bottle or were recommended it by someone else, saying that St. Ives transformed their skin. And I mean, it wasn't too much off our back because hello, the products are like $4 to $5 each. So what's the sacrifice really? You can't beat that price point, I'll say that. But the brand St. Ives definitely markets themselves towards a teenage audience. Typically, their biggest buyers are very young people, but I personally have seen people from a wide range group use St. Ives. So I wouldn't say it's exclusive to that, but I mean, you guys know. If you know St. Ives, you know that the majority of teenagers are using one of their scrubs. And I constantly see Twitter skincare threads or TikToks talking about how St. Ives Apricot scrub saved their skin, how it's the secret to getting rid of your acne, and all these really intense claims, to be quite frank. Not only do they market themselves towards teenagers, but they're also very adamant in their marketing style about treating people with pimples, acne, and breakouts. And whenever I see these topics come up online, I will usually see a St. Ives recommendation come into play. But let's face it, this is a huge brand. We all know about it. So let's just delve into the products and what my thoughts are overall, because honestly, I just want to get this over with as fast as possible. Is that too much to ask? So, like all my other brand review videos, I'm going to be ordering these from my least favorite to my favorite, starting with, you guessed it, the Fresh Skin Apricot Scrub. This devil of a product. You know how in all of my videos I try to find the good in a product and highlight it in addition to the bad? There's no good to talk about for this product. Nada, absolutely zero, zip zilch. This product is a perfect embodiment and representation of everything that I dislike about skincare. And you may be watching thinking, oh, but Hiram, this product transformed my skin. How could you ever think it's bad? I will explain. First, I don't deny the transformative effects that you've seen in your skin or other people have seen in their skin with their product. Those experiences are valid, but I want to voice my concerns and why I don't think this product is beneficial to your skin in any way, shape, or form. So obviously this is a scrub, and the primary ingredient they use for that scrub ability is walnut shell powder. Now, walnut shell powder is typically used in scrubs because it's able to be ground pretty fine, but it doesn't break down with water like sugar does, or a powder exfoliant, which means you can really get some intense scrubbing going on. First off, why do people use this scrub? Well, the scrub is most popular for people who do have, a lot of dead skin cells on their face, breakouts, acne, because when you use it, it's able to remove those dead skin cells from your face, but it also just makes your skin feel really smooth and give it almost like the illusion that it's clearing up. It's a form of exfoliation that I call physical exfoliation. Let me explain why I don't like scrubs, because when I first got into skincare, I loved scrubs. Scrubs feel great because they give a dramatic instant gratification effect to our skin. Right after you use a scrub and you drag your fingers across your face, you're like, oh, it's so smooth. It feels really nice, but here's the thing when it comes to skincare. Skincare products products that give you a dramatic, instantaneous effect that makes your skin feel or look different really quickly, typically those products are not good for your skin or should be used very rarely. A good skincare routine is one that is gentle and helps the skin take care of itself every single day. And products like scrubs that give this instantaneous gratifying effect do not fall in line with that. Now, the reason why I hate walnut shell powder is that, like I said before, it doesn't break down with water. And here's the issue. When you use a physical exfoliant or a scrub, yes, you are removing the dead skin cells from your face, but you're not able to tell when you have properly removed the dead skin cells and when you are going too deep into your skin and affecting those healthy live skin cells on your face. And the way that walnut shell powder is ground up, they are not even in size. They are typically tiny shards. And when you're dragging shards across the surface of your skin, because they are not even in size and pointy in certain areas, those dragging motions can almost impale the skin and can cause inflammation, redness, and sensitivity and contribute to long-term damage. Because here's the thing, when your skin is inflamed, when it's sensitive, when it's really struggling, it's inevitably affecting the health of the skin. And if the skin is not able to be healthy over long term, that shows an increase in aging, more sensitivities, more redness, and just a bunch of other problems that you don't want to deal with. Now, when it comes to the St. Ives scrub, there's typically a word that is thrown around called micro tears. Micro tears are essentially small cuts created in the skin, and it's said that St. Ives could contribute to micro tears. But here's the reason why I don't like talking about micro tears and why I don't like using that word is because technically, from a research standpoint, micro tears have not been proven to exist. And there was actually a lawsuit filed against St. Ives saying that their product causes micro tears, and the lawsuit didn't end up going through because there was no evidence found that one, micro tears exist, and two, that the St. Ives scrub caused these so-called micro tears. So I don't like it when people say that because it's technically not 100% true, but I still think that scrubs are terrible for the face because they will cause inflammation and redness and sensitivity, and those issues are extremely damaging in the long-term health for the skin. But here's the thing, I from time to time will use a scrub, and I think a scrub is justified. I recommend using a scrub maximum of a 1 time per week. Yes, bitch, you heard me right, 1 time per week, no more than that. The reason being is that allows your skin to be able to build up enough dead skin cells that using a scrub likely isn't going to harm the healthy skin cells on your face. But if you're using a scrub more than 1 time per week, you're really tiptoeing on the riskiness of over exfoliating your skin. And when you're over exfoliating, your skin becomes very thin, very sensitive to everything that you use and even just the environment and the sun. And it's very, very risky and can cause a lot of problems. Oh, that was an educational little segment. Wow. Did you like it? In addition, the other ingredients used are corn kernel meal, which also gives kind of like a scrub sensation to the face, risking over exfoliation alongside walnut, and fragrance, which if you want to know all of my thoughts on fragrance, I have linked a video in the description box below. I go into detail as to why I don't like fragrance in products, but I do not think that fragrance should be paired alongside an irritating ingredient list like a scrub. If you are going to use something that's potentially irritating like fragrance, do not mix it with something that's already going to be irritating in and of itself. And finally, the last thing that I absolutely hate about this product is that the company and people recommend using it every single day. Are you kidding me? No. That is the worst advice ever, and I wouldn't even recommend this scrub once a week. I remember a long time ago when I was working at Ulta, and I was helping a client. He was probably like 60 years old, and he had about 4 St. Ives scrubs in his hands, and I was like, oh, like, are you getting those teenagers or someone like that? And he was like, I use it twice a day. It's amazing for my skin. And I'm in no way judging this man's skin because everyone has their own skin issues, etc., but he had broken capillaries all over his face. I'm talking everywhere. And that's one of the side effects that I've personally seen in my skin when I used scrubs in the past, that it did break capillaries near my pores, which is something that you can only get corrected with laser surgery, and it's very expensive. And while that doesn't happen to everyone, it's happened to me, and I would venture to guess that it happened to him because he literally had broken capillaries all over his face, which is why I can't recommend it in good faith. If you are looking to learn how to exfoliate your skin without damaging it, I will link my Skincare 101 video in the description box below. It's called How to Exfoliate, and it leads you through every type of exfoliation that you can do depending on your skin type. And honestly, if you're someone who has only used a scrub in the past, let me introduce you to the world of chemical exfoliation because it is amazing and transformative, and you're never going to want to go back. Wow, that was a very long ramble about one product, but I had to say, I had to get all of my thoughts out because that's basically the embodiment of St. Ives is in that scrub. That's the reason why their brand is so popular, and I had to explain. But on this note, I found that they have a bunch of other scrubs that are nearly identical in formula, but are basically marketed to be different. There's the Energizing scrub with coconut and coffee. There's the Radiant Skin scrub with pink lemon, and Mandarin orange. When I saw that label, I truly was horrified. I was like, why the hell would you sell a horrific scrub for the skin and plaster on the label 2 ingredients that are highly irritating to the skin, lemon and orange? I just don't understand.
I don't understand, bitch. I don't understand.
And then they also have their acne control scrub, which here's my problem with that one. It has an ingredient called salicylic acid. Now, if you watch any of my videos, you will know that I love salicylic acid. I think it's an amazing ingredient for the skin, really effective at going deep into the pores and pushing out the dirt and excess sebum and helping to prevent breakouts and acne. But the problem with this product is that it's formulated at its highest percentage, 2%, and it's pairing chemical exfoliation with physical exfoliation. And in my mind, that is a big no-no, or something that you want to be very careful about. You don't want to use a harsh physical exfoliant that also has a high concentration of chemical exfoliation, because you are in the danger zone of over exfoliating your face. So as much as I love salicylic acid, I can't recommend that one. But if you are looking for good products that have salicylic acid, I recommend either the Inkey Salicylic Acid Cleanser. This one is gentle but effective and works really well for breakouts and acne. Or if you want something at the drugstore, the CeraVe Renewing Salicylic Acid Cleanser. I also talk about this one a lot. I'd say it's a little bit more gentle than the Inkey one, but still really effective for getting rid of breakouts and acne, and it's not going to harm your skin like the St. Ives one will. As well as the Soft Skin Face Scrub. Now, the main problem with all of these is that they are essentially the exact same product as the standard face scrub, but they have all these beneficial ingredients listed on the outside. But here's the thing. You look at the ingredient list and you will find that the beneficial ingredients, say like coconut or coffee or oatmeal or avocado or honey, are at the very end of the ingredient list, like the very bottom at concentrations that are listed right before the dyes. And when it comes to skincare ingredient lists, they're typically arranged from highest concentration to lowest concentration. And if there's good ingredients that products are advertising on the outside, I want to make sure that those ingredients are really high up on the ingredient list so I'm getting my money's worth. So the fact that all of these good ingredients are listed at the very bottom of the ingredient list, that means that St. Ives is basically saying like, oh, we want to sell more products, but we're going to have to use different ingredients. So put those ingredients in the products, but make sure it's barely anything, like barely any drops. If 2 + 2 is 4 and 5 + 5 is 10, what the is this? Just pathetic. Don't buy any of them. They are all money grabs, not worth it. But if you are someone that's like, Hiram, I absolutely must have a scrub in my skincare routine, it is essential, you have problems. No, I'm kidding. I would recommend going for like a powder exfoliant, like either the Tatcha Rice Polish or the 4-3 Beauty Polish. Both of those are really gentle, but really effective at gently scrubbing the skin. Or one that I recently found is the Yerba Mate Facial Scrub from You to the People. When you dilute this with water, it's actually really good and not overly sensitizing to the face. And I feel like the best closest product, I would say, to a scrub. Oh, by the way, all the products that I'm talking about in this video and the alternative ones that I recommend are listed in the description box below. If you do feel like purchasing any of these products, I make a small commission off of the links below that helps to support me and my channel, and I would really appreciate it, but no pressure whatsoever. Do whatever you want. Now we get into the better products, the ones that have a bit more redeemable ingredient lists. First is the Green Tea Blackhead Clearing Scrub. I've seen a lot of you guys ask me to review this product, and one thing I will say I do like about it is that it's not formulated with walnut shell powder. So that's good. It has an ingredient called hydrated silica, which I believe delivers that scrubbing ability, but is not as harsh as something like walnut shell. Glycerin is also the third ingredient, which is a really hydrating ingredient that also pulls in moisture from the air into your skin. But this product is formulated with fragrance, and that ingredient, green tea, is formulated so low on the ingredient list, just like the other products, that it's not doing anything for your skin. So is this a better product than the other scrubs? Yeah. But is it any good? No, I would not say so. If you are looking for a cleansing product that has a high concentration of green tea, I would recommend the Krave Beauty Matcha Hemp Hydrating Cleanser. This one's awesome, especially if you have more like, I'd say, dry combination skin. It's really good, super gentle, but works well to cleanse the skin and has a really good concentration of that ingredient, green tea. Next is their Nourished and Smooth Oatmeal Scrub Mask. This one caught my eye because it seemed to be different than the other scrubs, and it is. The great thing is that it's not formulated with walnut shell powder, but the thing is that when I looked through this ingredient list, I was not impressed whatsoever. It has basic moisturizing ingredients, like I'm talking the cheapest of the cheapest. And it also claims to be unscented, but it's not fragrance free. They still formulate with fragrance, it just doesn't have like a crazy invigorating scent, which I hate it when companies do that because it's purposely misinforming the customer. They think they're getting a fragrance free product, but it's just unscented and it's still formulated with some level of fragrance. And then we get into the two best products from the brand. First, their Hydrating Face Moisturizer. The second ingredient is glycerin, and the fifth ingredient is avocado oil. And avocado oil is amazing for the skin. It's really nourishing and hydrating, but it also reduces sensitivity and was one of my favorite ingredients out there. It also has soybean oil and niacinamide, my favorite ingredient of all time, which is really good for controlling oiliness on the skin, getting rid of dark spots, soothing redness and sensitivity, just a bunch of really good benefits. But this moisturizer is formulated with fragrance as well as linalool and limonene, both of which are fragrant components. And honestly, I'm okay with fragrance in a wash-off product because there's very little likelihood that you're going to get a sensitivity to it because it's only on your face for 30 seconds. But when it comes to a leave-on product that you're leaving on your skin for like 12, 16 hours, I don't like to see these ingredients, and just is kind of a turn off as far as this moisturizer goes. Better drugstore alternatives that I would recommend is either the CeraVe Moisturizing Lotion. This one's great, does what a moisturizer is supposed to do, has amazing ingredients, and it's fragrance free. Or if you want something like a little bit fancier with some really good ingredients, the Versed Gel Cream is awesome. It has green tea extract as well as aloe and a bunch of other ingredients that are good for soothing the skin and hydrating it. If you want to see more drugstore cleanser recommendations, I'll put the link in the description box below. I give a lot of my favorite ones that you can find for a really good price point. And then finally, their Calming Chamomile Cleanser. This one, to be honest, completely surprised me because I didn't expect them to have any product for sensitive skin, but I like it because it's a very gentle cleanser. It has very gentle surfactants, which are cleansing agents that aren't going to overly strip your skin. It has a very short ingredient list. It's fragrance free, so it's not bad at all. But the fact that this is their best, like this is the best one I could find out of their whole line, it's so basic. I'm talking like a super basic ingredient list, nothing that impressed me or wowed me. Yeah, it doesn't have any bad ingredients, but it doesn't really have that great of ingredients. And I'd say it's comparable to any just standard cleanser. Oh, wow. This was way longer than I thought it was, but let me get into my overall thoughts, what I think about St. Ives. And honestly, guys, I know at the end of every brand review video, I try to go over my positives and negatives, and I'll just be real, I don't have any positives for St. Ives. This is a brand that I just don't like. I feel like it represents the worst of the worst skincare products out there. They don't seem to have any regard for actual health and taking care of the skin. That's very clear in both their scrub formulas as well as their attempts at selling multiple products that essentially have the exact same ingredient lists. They're the epitome of a company who advertises to have all these incredible ingredients but formulates at the bare minimum using the lowest concentration possible, which is a huge turnoff to me because it's essentially, in my opinion, somewhat of a form of manipulation. They market their scrubs to be used regularly by teenagers and specifically people who are struggling with acne and breakouts, which technically speaking, those people have the most sensitive and at-risk skin possible. So the fact that a company is recommending these really harsh scrubs to people who have skin that desperately needs healed and not more harsh products to be used. They also claim to be paraben-free and natural while formulating with ingredients that are far more irritating and harmful than either of those two. And I just see very little innovation when it comes to their brand overall. I have to say, guys, I don't recommend St. Ives whatsoever. I don't think it's a brand that's worth it, and there are far better alternatives out there that you can purchase for the same price point. If you want to see some of those recommendations, I'll link my video in the description box below, the best skincare for under $10. There are so many incredible, amazing brand and formulas that you can get for the same price point without damaging your skin like you would from using St. Ives products. Oh, wow, that took a lot out of me. I feel like I was preaching to the choir, honestly, but I know that some people truly watch my videos never having heard anything bad about products like this, and you guys need to know. It's my duty as a skincare YouTuber to teach you guys the gospel. What are your opinions of St. Ives? Let me know in the description box below. I know it's not going to be pretty. I can already anticipate that, but I still want to hear your thoughts and opinions. Don't forget to subscribe to my second YouTube channel called Selfless, where it's focused on empowering you with the ability to make a difference in the world right now from your phone. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so that you can see my videos every single week, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Mwah.